Hello Humble Nation, I'm Nathaniel and this is what you need to know today. So first of all, I'm going to start off by just letting you all know I've had COVID. I'm done with it now, but you can still see my voice is probably a little raspy. But the good thing is I'm still here. So we are going to be talking about all the exciting things that are happening with Humble. You're going to want to stay tuned to this all the way down to the very end. And I'm going to share some of my own thoughts and opinions as I always do. But before I go any further, I have to let you know everything I talk about on this channel is my own thoughts and opinions. However, I do share things that are happening. This is not a financial advice in any way. If you need financial advice, please seek the advice of somebody else. This is also for entertainment purposes. So hopefully you get some entertainment out of this. You'll learn something. You have a little bit of fun. So let's go ahead and go down that journey and get started. So what do we got to look forward to here, guys? First of all, what is Humble doing and why does it matter for you and I? Why does it matter? Well, you know, we try to talk about what blockchain is and what Humble's doing, and I kind of had an epiphany earlier this week, or maybe it was last week, but in any case, I couldn't do a video because I was feeling really crummy earlier in the week and last week, and there was lots of things that have been happening. But here's the fact. So here's the deal. This is what is going to set Humble apart and where we're going in the future, right? So right now, if you go to the internet and you want to buy something, for example, now I don't know this is a fact, but this is the direction. This is what I'm thinking, and I'm not the only one in the community that feels this way. We won't really know 100% until we get the launch. What I'll give you the date on that. In just a little while. But the fact of the matter is, if you go to, like, say, Google and you want to buy something, so you go on Google and you want to buy something on a new website, that website you have to enter in all your information, your credit card. You have to trust that website is going to use your information and it's not going to get knocked off, or your password's not going to become compromised, and so forth and so on. So this is one of the things that I believe that Humble, with a Humble Wallet, is going to be solving along with Search3, a full stack funnel. It's going to allow consumers to connect their wallet to Search3 with merchants that take Humble, and you won't have to provide your personal information into every company that you go in and buy something for. So thus preventing fraud and other issues that happen all the time to consumers. You have to trust this website, that they're legit and it's not some knockoff website and these people are out and scamming you. All right, so that, I believe, is going to be one of the big things. Security, transferring money. There's just so many different things that Humble's going to be doing. Literally, when Brian Foote talked about eliminating 50 different apps on your phone, he literally meant that, and he's literally going to do that. So let's get into some other things. When are we going to get Search3? Well, Brian Foote made the announcement just a few days ago that he's launching Search3 on May 31st. May 31st. Well, what's going to happen just a couple days before May 31st? Well, in Istanbul, there is a big blockchain summit that's going to be happening, and Brian Foote and the Humble team, Brian happens to be a speaker on that stage. We believe that he is going to be making an announcement about his Search3 launch at that event, because it is a known event that takes place, and it just so happens to be that in Istanbul, the community, that country, the people there are very interested in blockchain. According to one resource, about 14% of the population there are very interested or involved or invested in blockchain technology. I thought that number was actually pretty substantial. I'd say in the United States we're probably behind significantly on that at this point in the game, but I'm sure that's going to change. But here's the deal. It's also a platform for companies to launch new services or new product offerings of things that they're going to have. And I believe that Brian Foote is going to be also using this opportunity to launch or to let the public know, because this is a global thing. There's people from all over the world that are going to be at this summit. And it's also an opportunity for them to do some networking and some other things and make some connections. So we're going to have to wait and see exactly what transpires from that event. No doubt we will be updated on that. Again, that's speculative as to whether that there will be an announcement, but it does, it would make sense that would be the case. Okay, moving on to some other things. Okay, so Brian Foote adds 100 million blocks to the balance sheets on HUMBL, which is equivalent to basically $700,000 that he's donated and put on the balance sheets for HUMBL. Very, very and smart. I mean, this guy's a genius, and he's got people behind him that are also very smart, and a whole team, because it's just not one person that does it. It takes a team to pull off what they're pulling off and what they're getting ready to. I think it's going to be epic, and I'm not the only one that feels that way. There are numerous people in the community that have the same feeling that I have. Now, here's another thing that took place last week that I also thought was very extraordinarily interesting, and I think you need to know it. So we're going to talk about it. So Brian Foote and his team they had an appointment, and they met with companies like OpenSea, Square, and Coinbase. Okay. Well, we know Coinbase has been having some issues right now with fraud and things like that. And guess what? HUMBL has verified by blocks, and they're going to be able to, perhaps there's some kind of partnership there. We don't have anything official, but Coinbase did come out and say that they do have something that's going to help them resolve the issues that they've been having. HUMBL has that solution. So maybe HUMBL is the solution for Coinbase. Boom. Number one. Number two, they also had Square there at that meeting. Financial, right? And number three, OpenSea. So these are all things that are happening. Just because there's a quiet period does not mean that things are not happening. In fact, I think they've gotten so much stuff done during this quiet period that everyone's like, they're not talking anything. They're going to give us more information. No. They're getting the job done. We just have to be patient, like myself as an investor, and look at the big picture. My vision is not a 6-month deal here. My vision was a long-term perspective. Now, one other thing that also transpired, and this came out from another tweet. It was kind of ambiguous, you might say, in the tweet. However, it does indicate that there was some kind of also discussion with Twitter. Now, if you do some research, you can find a video, maybe I'll even add the link, at 28.10, where Elon Musk is talking about something that he's describing to be very similar to what HUMBL is doing. And the way he describes it, he even says it's a smaller company that would come up and fill this need because there's a need for this.
What would it look like if, I could at Jason to at Elon Musk, $10 or something if, we were splitting a check or something?
Sure. Well, for those that have used WeChat, I think WeChat's actually a good model. If you're in China, it's basically, you kind of live on WeChat. It does everything. It's sort of like Twitter plus PayPal plus a whole bunch of other things, and all roll into one with actually a great interface. And it's really an excellent app. And we don't have anything like that outside of China. So I think such an app would be really useful. And just like the utility of it, of sort of a spam-free thing where you can make comments, you can post videos, you can, I think it's important for content creators to have a revenue share. Now this does not need to be done on Twitter. It could be done from something that's created from scratch. So it could be something new. So really, but I think this thing needs to exist, whether it is converting Twitter to be the sort of like kind of all-encompassing app that, like I said, everything from digital town square where important ideas are debated, maximally trusted and inclusive, and at a point where you sort of have a high trust situation, then payments, whether it's crypto or fiat, can make a lot of sense. We just want something that's incredibly useful and that people love using.
I really want you guys to make the connection here, people. Okay, well, I hope you get it. So 2810 in the video, check it out. Elon Musk is talking about it, okay? Now, moving on to the next thing, all right? This just posted today. I'm just gonna read it off so we don't miss anything. Oh, and let's talk about the revenues too. Revenues are great. So revenues are up 644% over quarter one of the first, in 2021. So we're up, and we're already up 24% in quarter four was up also 24% last year. They also acquired BizSecure and never going to be able to say this name right. Laxea Technologies. So these are some other things that have taken place in recent times. At least it was on the reports. So, and we got our Calvin Wright out there in the community, creating some community awareness. So that was really great. And so this is the thing I was going to mention. This is from Brian Foote himself. This is what he says: a full funnel Web3 stack will require 1. Search engine, discover, read. Okay. 2. Email, write. 3. Wallet, transact, and 4. Blockchain, verify. Remember, Brian has been always saying that they are creating a full funnel. Everything leads to HUMBL, people. Feel me? I want you to understand where I'm coming from here. Okay? In addition to Search3, we have secured the Mail3 domain and are building out a privacy-focused company email service. It just gets better and better. They are literally going to come, and it's going to be like, it's going to come down, the hammer's going to come down, and we're going to see so many things happening. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm so fortunate. I'm so happy now I'm an investor in this company. Yeah, and then Monster Creative, they just put out another video that they just produced for a movie. Most of HUMBL Nation and others have gotten their blue. Check out my blue. All right. Yeah. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I hope you found it educational, informative, and stay tuned because there's a lot more coming over the course of the next 30 days. I don't want to say the next 15 days, but really even over the next 30 days because we got launch of Web3. Okay. And then we're going to get to see what that's all about. We got 10,000 NFTs dropping. Maybe that'll be on the Search3 platform. I don't know because we don't have it yet. We're going to have it on the 31st though. Brian told us, and we're going to see it happen. Anyways, I hope to see you and everyone else on Twitter with HUMBL Nation. I'm Nathaniel, and this is what you need to know. We'll see you on the next one.